Welcome to the C.S. Joseph podcast. I'm your host, C.S. Joseph, obviously. And this is season 29, episode 7, How to Master Your Demon. And the function that we're focusing on today is your demon introverted sensing, or demon SI, which is the demon function of the two INJ types, INTJ and INFJ. And I'm not trying to be judgmental about this, but just literally how stupid SI demon, and I don't like to call things stupid, I really don't. My SE demon can be pretty stupid too, or at least my SE demon behaviors. It's not like I'm not admitting that. But introverted sensing demon is one of the most annoying things to me personally. You know, it's almost even prophetic, because exact prophecies that I make about INJs to their faces, they all come true later. It could be 10 years, but then it comes true, and then at that moment they are triggered and they remember that exact moment when I told them it would happen. So yeah, they get to remember in that moment of suffering that Chase told them so. Mother effing C.S. Joseph told them years prior that it would happen because of their immature behavior, right? Or could even be due to their mature behavior. It depends, because immaturity, it's like it's starting to become more in the eyes of the beholder within society as we know it, and that could be like really annoying. We only have two speeds on this freeway. It's slow and slower. But I'm sure you INJs would identify with me on that, given that you're both movement types, and you guys constantly drive like a bat out of hell. And then I just hit them in their SC inferior just now. Oh, you can't say that, C.S. Joseph. I have lots of time to practice. And I'm like, yeah, I'm sure you guys are good drivers, but you guys are so afraid to get on the road to begin with. It took you a long ass time to learn how to drive because of fear. You know what I'm saying? So like, just bear with me. Just bear with me. We're going to talk about your demon and how it's swallowing you whole, your life, and preventing you from actually being happy because you're not listening to your demon. You know, it's so interesting to me because, and by the way, I'm going to be like really mean in this lecture, and I don't care because it's the only way to get through to you people, because how utterly pig-headed you guys get, because it's so hard to get to that soft, gushy, gooey center of the INJ, because it's literally your final function. But that's okay. That's why I exist. And being in a relationship with me is like I'm an axe thrower or I'm a knife thrower, and you're there on that board spinning around in my circus, and I'm throwing knives, and I'm the one that gets to choose if the knives hit you or if they don't. But if my knives do hit you, you should feel grateful. You should feel grateful for every single blade that sinks into your flesh as a reminder for you to no longer behave that way ever again. You know, like as Stewie Griffin would say, this is the moment of your malcontent, because I am here to make sure that y'all stop behaving in self-destructive ways, so that I will behave in destructive ways for your benefit, so you stop being so self-destructive and taking everybody else down with you. That is my problem. You just think you can take everyone down with you. And like, here's the other thing. Your guys' ideas of revenge is so utterly pathetic to me. It is so utterly pathetic. It's so focused. It's so movement. You just want to be able to leave a mark, any kind of mark on your opponent. And even if it costs you your entire body, or costs you your entire soul, or costs you everything. But hey, at least I made a mark, right? Oh my God. Do you understand like how imbalanced that is when you guys are taking revenge? That's so petty, and that's so pathetic. How about you have self-respect, since, you know, we're talking about Demon FI and how it lacks self-respect. Well, guess what? Demon SI is no different, because y'all literally have the worst self-respect of all of the types. To the point, okay, so, and I lay that at your feet. Good job. Good job. All about being about what you want, right? If it feels good, do it. It's all about what I want, my choice, my desire, my passion in a sexual situation. And then you end up with this disease that you can't shake for the rest of your life because you're so promiscuous. So yeah, I'm like, yeah, we're not doing that anymore. No thanks. No thanks. Introverted sensing demon. It's maniacal. It's a megalomaniac. It's abusive. It is one of the most painful burdens of a function to carry with you throughout your life. It causes INJs to cut themselves. It causes them to be sexually promiscuous. They sleep around, okay? It causes them to disrespect themselves. It causes them to push too hard. It causes them cancer. It gives them AIDS. It gives them HIV. It destroys their health. It makes them fat. It causes them to binge. It causes them to commit idolatry consistently. And it's bad. It's really, really bad. And it also causes them to take cheap forms of revenge, where they're willing to damage themselves far more than their opponent that they want to get vengeance on. It's this reckless vengeance. And quite frankly, introverted sensing demon is the reckless function. It is the cause of the most recklessness in a person's life. Suicide rates are the highest amongst introverted sensing demons, with it being INFJ the absolute highest. Though technically speaking, you could argue that suicide is probably higher than ISTPs, but in my coaching practice, I go back and forth between those two types. So just keep that in mind, guys. Like, you're not special. You're not special. And you need to accept that you're not special, instead of committing suicide because you don't feel special. You guys are out of your mind. If you want to be special, make yourself special instead of actually like trying to feel special. Who cares about your feelings? Like, y'all on your feelings, you need to let go of your feelings. Your feelings don't matter. Just because you think other people's feelings matter and then you want your feelings to matter because you think other people's matter, let me tell you the truth. No one else's feelings matter, and your feelings sure as hell don't matter, so just drop it, INFJ. Seriously, just drop it. It doesn't benefit anyone. And I know you so desperately want to be listened to by, like, everybody else in your life. That's nice, so that you can feel self-worth, so you can feel valuable. But you know what? Who cares? Because no one's going to listen to you anyway. You remember the Prophet? Just the name of my INFJX. I think maybe one of my INFJXs. I don't know. I go back and forth if I was with multiple INFJ women or not. But this woman, holy smokes. Like, she'd always complain about her name, so she changed it to... She literally changed her name just because the Prophet nobody listened to. And she couldn't deal with that. Well, the thing is like, no one's going to listen to you because you think everyone's opinion is valuable, and you want to listen to every single opinion, and you're not even filtering those opinions. And that's why no one wants to listen to you, because you're talking about things that are basically worthless to other people because you have no filter. Maybe you should go to an FI user and help them filter out your thinking before you start sharing your thoughts to other people. Oh, but no, you have TI child God complex because you're so arrogant that you can't even fathom that you may not actually know the answer to begin with. So, of course, you're not going to bother going to the FI user and verify with them. Of course, you're not going to do that and validate with them. Of course, you're not going to do that. because you already are a goddamn know-it-all to begin with. Congratulations, you played yourself. You know what I'm saying? So, like, don't be that person. Don't be that person. But, of course, introverted sensing demon ain't helping you throughout the process, because you're just going to sit there and listen to everyone, experience everyone's stupid, and then you're going to start mirroring stupid people, and then you yourself will be stupid, and then you realize no one actually values you, no one actually wants to stick around, no one actually wants to listen to you, and then you fucking kill yourself for it, when the reality of the situation is, it's your own damn fault to begin with, because you're so fucking arrogant. Stop with the arrogance. Listen for a minute, god damn it. Listen. It's not that hard, INJs. It's not that hard, INFJs. Like, you talk about, here's a great song for you to listen. It was written by Serj Tankian. Chop Suey, System of a Down, alright? Serj Tankian, that man is an ENTP, he's got SC Demon, and he is right here with me right now, mocking y'all for your self-righteous suicide. Because that's what it is. Self-righteous. Your suicide is self-righteous, you INFJs. You know what that means? Your suicide is worthless. Valueless. Arrogant with your TI child God complex. That's the problem. See, at least an INTJ has a little bit more self-respect because they have FI child, and their superiority complex of their FI child is more likely to keep them alive, so they're not going to be, as high a risk of committing suicide. It's actually not very common with INTJs. But that doesn't mean they're not going to self-maim. That doesn't mean they're not going to have self-destructive tendencies. Because they do have self-destructive tendencies. Like insane alcoholism, insane drugs, insane amounts of sex partners, where they just take because they're entitled to the world itself. FI child superiority complex is like, this is my world because I'm better than everybody else. I deserve this. I get this. And I'm just like, you people are out of your effing minds. Oh my God. And it's just like, I've dated a lot of INTJ girls in my time and gotten to know plenty of them in my time. And honestly, like, in all situations, they were so entitled and so solipsistic in it. But the thing is that, like, I'm not here to just complain about women. Like, there's some men that have some serious issues, but these SI demons, they'll go through the pain. They think they can endure more than everyone else because they want it so bad, and sometimes the cost of desire is enduring hell for it, and they want to be like Dante, going through Dante's Inferno and enduring the fires of hell to go save Persephone. And he sees this woman as Persephone, and he's going to go for it, but it's costing him everything. Like, instead of focusing on himself, he's orbiting this woman. And it's so external. You INJs get so external that you neglect yourselves. And that's what introverted sensing demon is. Self-neglect. Self-neglect. That's why you people die early. That's why you have reduced lifespans. Because of self-neglect. Because you don't take care of yourselves. And you'd rather take shortcuts. You'd rather get shortcuts to get there. It's like an INTJ girl who wants to be a supermodel, but she wants to take the fast route. So she gets her ass all fake. She's wearing foundation. God damn it. SI Inferior thinks foundation is gross. Don't fucking do it. She gets her eyebrows tattooed. Stop plucking your fucking eyebrows. It's nasty. And it disrespects me if I'm your man. Don't fucking do it. Every woman I have basically ever gotten close to intimately, we had conversations about eyebrows. And now you're not going to fuck over your eyebrows. Of course, I also make it clear to them that, like, I'm sorry, but your body, I expect you to take care of it, because I ain't getting very much out of this relationship as a man. The most common cat moms out there, the most common spinsters out there in women, they are NJ women. NJ women are the most likely women of all the types to be the leftovers, to be the childless 40-year-olds. Damn straight. Because self-neglect. Because FI child superiority complex. Because TI child God complex. And that's why you're alone. Because you neglect yourselves. Because you don't put in the time and the effort. Because you take too many goddamn shortcuts. Stop with the fucking shortcuts. Grow up. Men do it too. INJs, you guys have this serious problem. You know, and INJ men, like, you guys really bother me because you just simp so much. Because you're so full of NI hero hope. And that hope is just unending. And that causes you to endure Dante's Inferno. But for what? They just, like think about it. You know? And, like, I'm just like, you're pathetic and disgusting. And I can't believe you lack self-respect. I can't believe you have all this self-neglect. Are you for real, bro? Are you for real? How could you allow this to happen? Seriously, how could you allow this to happen to yourself? I don't care about how much hope it is, but that's the thing. That's the problem introverted sensing demon has with NI hero. It's like, y'all got too much hope. Y'all think that you can get and skate through life on hope alone. You hope that there will always be a pathway to open in front of you, and because of that, you allow yourselves to get chained. You allow yourself to get thrown in prison. You allow yourself to be in a motherfucking cage because you always arrogantly, hubrisly believe that you can always get out of it, that you always have the choice to get out of it. But that's just your NI hero resting on its laurels. That's just your NI hero having pride. That's just it being a hero. Oh, look at me, I slayed the dragon. I slayed the dragon. Oh, look at me, Chase, I finally got a girlfriend that lives in Kentucky. And you're in Australia and you never fucked before. And how much have you sent her? How much time? Like, the time loss is worse. It's worse than money. Sometimes he tells me, oh, I don't really give her money. I don't really do this. And I'm like, dude, you spend hours and hours of every single day with her and you've never even met her. For all you know, she's staying with her at her boyfriend's house and you're just this extra dude that's helping her out, you know? Like, how can you allow yourself to do that? Like, that's wrong. That's wrong. And that's going to just lead to your self-destruction. SI Demon's like, I don't respect the ego, the super ego within your head. It's like, look, I hate you, ego. Your ego is so wrapped up in how you think you can get yourself out of any situation and how you never be in prison, how you never shackle yourself. But guess what? You do constantly because you allow yourself to get into these bad situations, these bad relationships, these bad people, these bad jobs, these consistently bad friends. And then because you're around losers, you become a loser. To the point where you allow yourself to get shackled because it's like, oh, I always have the choice to pull the shackles off. But you put the shackles on, but then eventually you become the shackles. They become one with you, one with your body, to the point where you will never escape, ever. It just makes me cringe. Like, what the hell? There is no hope in the world because you're spending all your hope on the wrong people. You should be spending your hope on yourself. But you're so external, USC inferiors, because you're so afraid of rejection. So afraid. And because of your fear of rejection, you have unlimited hope. Because better to wait around and have hope to see if a door will open or if a path will clear up than to risk rejection. Look, how do you know that you shouldn't be going through life. You want to go through life in a straight line, right? Always expecting and always being entitled to having a door open for you as you're going in your straight line. But let me tell you something. That's not how life works. Sometimes you got to go, stop, and then take a right a little bit and then go forward again. Sometimes that's how it works. And every rejection is a moment where you have to fucking pivot. If you want to learn about pivoting, there's a nice business term. Read Eric Ries, who is an NJ, by the way. Eric Ries and his book, Lean Startup. But stop taking so many shortcuts. You guys take shortcuts because the shortcut is, oh crap, I can still get to my goal. I can still get to what I want. But that's the thing, unlimited hope means unlimited risk to that NI hero. And then the SI demon has even more hatred, absolutely more hatred towards the moral high ground INTJ or the self-righteous INFJ. Hates them both because it's neglected. Self-neglect. Never been taken care of. Never a priority. Always forced to suffer for everyone else's sake because of fear of rejection. How about you INJs see rejection as a gift? If someone rejects you, good. Why would you want to be with someone who rejected you anyway? Move on. There are better opportunities out there, like buying into the soulmate myth, because of that unlimited hope breeds unlimited risk, which causes unlimited self-neglect, the SI demon way. And I'm tired of it. I just want to live in a world where INJs take care of themselves, where INJs don't neglect themselves, where INJs have self-respect. It would be nice where I could be attracted to INTJ women, for example, my golden pair, and I'm typically not attracted to them at all because of their superiority complex and because of their self-neglect at the same time. Those are the most ugly things about them. Because from my point of view, why the fuck would I ever think that they're capable of taking care of me and meeting my needs when they can't even meet their own needs? It's like love your neighbor as yourself doesn't even exist to INJs, men or women. This doesn't even exist. Forgive me, I'm being a little selfish with my point of view, talking about my INTJ male friend and the INTJ women that I've dated in the past and I've known, etc. But like, anecdotes matter, Anecdotes are real to me. They happen to me. I know what it's all about. Yeah, but Mr. C.S. Joseph, not all women are like that. Not all INJ women are like that. And I'm like, well, they are. They all start out that way. It takes a lot from them in life to actually figure that out. And besides, they're the most likely to run away from home. Of course, then again, like, INFJ women are the most likely to be prostitutes, and INTJ women are the most likely to be pimps. You might want to think about that. That's the reality. That's the reality of this world. All that self-neglect, that lack of self-respect. And then they get so mad when a man comes in their life who actually has self-respect. And because he has self-respect, guess what? He rejects them. So do you not just see what I just said there? INJs spend so much fucking time in their life trying to avoid rejection. They are spent so much time trying to avoid rejection that they end up neglecting themselves in the process, not taking care of themselves in the process, such that they binge, they fuck anyone, they get diseases, they do drugs, alcohol, hedonism, because they want to take the shortcut. They want to do what is expedient and not do what is meaningful. And in doing so, unlimited hope breeds unlimited risk. And they take on all that risk, and they're so used up, have so much mileage on themselves, that they age faster than everybody else, for example. And they lack health at all. INTJ women, especially that redhead, and she'd be like, well, I got a really good portfolio. I make a lot of good money. I'm really high educated. He's like, I don't give a flying fuck about how much money you make. The real wealth in an INTJ woman is how she takes care of herself. self-care, her body, natural beauty, so afraid of rejection that she thinks men actually care about money because she cares about money. That's a narcissistic projection of herself onto other people, especially men in her life. Wow. I've had to deal with that multiple times. I dealt with Andy. I dealt with that with the 2 other INTJ girlfriends that I've had. Or there's actually 3 others. But regardless, it's still an issue. But again, do you get my point? The more you neglect yourself, the more you're setting yourself up for failure. I know you INJs hate being set up for failure, but the reason why you hate being set up for failure by other people is because you set yourself up for failure. You set yourself up for rejection. The one thing that hurts you the most, rejection. Oh God, I want to say that I get extreme pleasure, joyous pleasure, rejecting INTJs and INFJs. Oh, it's the best thing in the world to reject them and let them know just how human they really are. But the reason why I reject them, it's not because I'm an asshole and they're going to blame me for rejecting them. And then they're going to get revenge on me for rejecting them. Just like, Andy, my ex, who I never had sex with her. We went on one date. That is it. Just one date. One. And I'm like, And then she tried to scam me out of money. Okay. Great. That's great, And then I caught her trying to scam me or whatever, and then I just I cut her out of my life because she's if anyone was going to label someone subhuman, I would allow them to label her that. Because there is, she likes to pretend she has moral character with her FI child, but the reality of the situation is it's SI demon, ISFJ, I'm getting revenge on you, Chase, because you rejected me. She tried to quote haunt me for years afterwards. Do you know why? Do you know why INTJ people do that? Why they try to haunt people from their vengeance standpoint, and they're always constantly vengeful and they won't let it go? It's because they know all of the things that their ENP has told them with their SE demon are eventually going to come true, and they're very prophetic and they can't stop it. And they can't stop the fact that they know with their NI hero that 5-10 years from now that everything I ever said about them is true and that they will become, and it's as if my NI hero has forced them to be on that path for the rest of their life, and there's nothing they can do to stop it. Oh, yeah. All I have to do is tell them the ugly truth and expose to them how fucking ugly their SI demon actually is. Because it's ugly. Folks, your SI demon is literally setting you up for rejection. Every time you neglect yourself, every time you don't take care of yourself, every time you lack self-respect, every time you take a shortcut and do not put in enough effort, every time you choose the quick decision, the expedient way, right? Every time you rely on hope instead of effort, you will be rejected, and it will be your fault. It won't be Chase's fault. It won't be your ENP, boyfriend, lover, boss, whatever. I don't care. Girlfriend. It won't be her. It won't be her fault. She rejected you not because she's a hoe. She rejected you because you're ugly, and you're an ugly, gross person. Because you've already aged yourself out. Wow. Wow. Who'd want that? Who'd want that? Everyone is these little dust bunnies that just collect dust, and you just become these giant snowballs of dust in life. But at least some people have the sense to actually pull the dust off and clean themselves. It's like INJs lack mental hygiene, lack personality hygiene. They won't go and clean themselves. They won't take a shower because they're so focused with their NI hero on trying to, make it big and not get rejected and get exactly what they want and their goals, that they're going to sacrifice themselves for all of the goals that they think that they want. When the reality of the situation is, what you want as an NI hero is actually probably not something you should want. Have you ever thought about that? How many times in your life have you wanted something and it bit you in the ass and it cost you? Right? Just how you folks don't even sleep. You just binge Netflix, or you binge a book, or you binge this, binge that, binge. You don't even sleep. And the number one reason why you have such bad health, other than the fact that you have sex with so many people, is because you don't even sleep. You think your immune system is going to work when you don't even sleep? You are setting yourself up for failure. This is why people reject you. It's not them. It's because you ugly. And you ugly because you don't take care of yourselves. It's your own damn fault. It's not my fault. And the most mature INJs out there who finally let go of the pride of the hero and allow NI hero to become NI warrior at that moment, because their SI demon is finally transforming into SI angel, where they finally are putting themselves above everyone else and finally taking care of themselves above other people, and they're allowing themselves to put themselves first because they realize all of the sudden that it's actually the reason why people are rejecting them is because of them. And you know what's even better? Oh God, to watch an INFJ who, with their ISTJ demon, who has blamed everybody else in their whole life for people rejecting them after they've gone out of the way to perform well for other people. Yeah, they performing well, where these INJs have this covert contract where it's like, hey, you got to be loyal to me. You got to stick around. You can't reject me because I performed well for you. That's not how it works. And then when those people do reject them, they want revenge, and they seek revenge, and they get revenge. When the reality of the situation is, it was themselves. They themselves are the reason why they got rejected in the first place. So they're getting unfair revenge on other people because SI demon is blaming other people because their egos can't handle the truth that SI demon is trying to tell them. The truth is, it's on them. The truth is, they're self-neglectful. That's the truth. That's the reality. Can't do that. That's the pain. It just drives me up the wall. Like, calm down. Seriously, calm down. Imagine how guilty you're going to feel. Imagine how shameful you're going to feel, INJs, when you realize that you have victimized so many people and gotten revenge on so many people in your life, that you are literally punishing other people for your own ugliness. And I'm not talking just aesthetic ugliness, your ugliness of character, your inability to take care of yourself, your poor health, where you will sacrifice your own body, your own existence for the sake of what you want, where what you want is your God. And you will just ignore yourself in the process. And this makes you an ugly person. That you're not willing to accept through your own hubris that you made yourself ugly. And that's why people are rejecting you. And then you're punishing them for having self-respect. You are punishing people for having self-respect who rejected you because you didn't have self-respect. Wow, what an amazing cycle to live in. What an amazing life to live in. Wow, God, you guys are so self-destructive. It's crazy. It's like that thing that I was talking about, how the INFJs are like, no one wants to listen to me. Everyone's taking away my freedom. You know, why would anyone lie to give you freedom with how self-destructive you are? And, you know, no one values me. No one sticks around. So I'm just going to light myself on fire up here on this big hill and make a huge funeral pyre for myself to see if anyone will notice and care. And then they light themselves on fire because, really? I suffer so much more than you do with my SI inferior, and I have the endurance to get up every single fucking day, even if I know for a fact I'm not going to get what I want. What makes you so special, huh? I still get up every fucking day anyway, and I make sure mouths are fed. I'm responsible for multiple families of the people that work for me, okay? I'm responsible for those people. I have children. I have a wife. I got people I got to deal with. I have responsibilities, and I take care of them. What allows you to be so entitled to not take care of your main responsibility, your number one responsibility, and that's you. And that's why you're an ugly person. And that's why I'm going to reject you every fucking time. And then you're going to punish me for rejecting you. You're going to punish me for having self-respect when it's you who were rejected because you lack self-respect, because you neglect yourself. Really? Wow. Stop living life this way. Listen to the truth of your SI demon or what SI angel is trying to tell you. It's your fault. Take responsibility for not meeting your own needs. Stop being like Friedrich Nietzsche and living life based on just your wants. Think about that. Where's his self-respect? No wonder he wrote a book about needs versus wants. No wonder, because he was neglecting his needs his whole life and being all about his wants. And that's what made him ugly. You don't want to be like Friedrich Nietzsche. You don't want to. Anyway, folks, that's it for this episode. Harsh truth bombs, but I gotta say it in this way because it's the only way an SI demon, with how pig-headed it is, with how head in the sand it is, for it to actually be willing to listen. I hope this scars them for life. I hope they understand that it's their own damn fault and that it is their responsibility, so that as a result they'll actually be a good person, and they won't be ugly anymore. A beautiful INJ, an INJ worth sticking around for. It's an INJ that puts themselves first to the point where they are taking care of themselves, but they actually have a sleep schedule. Oh God, you want to know what the most beautiful thing is in all of creation? It's an INJ woman with a sleep schedule. I'm not even kidding. Ain't gonna be many wrinkles on that woman, that's for sure. She won't age out. She take care of herself. They have all that potential, but it's all wasted on the wrong things. Don't be like her, folks. Don't be like these people. Get a better life. Be a better person. I hope you do. I hope you free yourselves and become something so much more. It would be nice if my golden pair or my pedagogue type would let go of their superiority complex, their God complex. They stop blaming everybody else and start blaming themselves. And then as a result of no longer being in denial that it's other people, that it's actually them, if they can get to that point, if they can have that self-respect and no longer neglect themselves, the world would be such a better place. Then I'd actually want to be in a relationship with them. I'd actually I would stick around. I'd be more loyal than they could even imagine. To the point where they're at their lowest point in their life, I would never abandon them. I mean, I'm more than capable of giving that, and I'm more than capable of giving that than any other person in this entire world. But I have not found not one, who is so. And now, it's different. And now, it's something else. Have a different life, folks. Have self-respect. Become something more. If you want to leave that impact with your SC inferior, where you, the INJ, can become legend. If you want to become legend, and you can more than anyone else with your NI hero. If you want to become legend, then I suggest you actually put in the effort and not put in shortcuts. Shortcuts is the reason. Your SI demon is trying to tell you, hey, put in real effort. Stop living life on talent alone. You need to have a mix of talent and effort. Stop neglecting me. Otherwise, I'm going to destroy you from the inside out. If you found this lecture useful, helpful, educational, enlightening, please leave a comment below in the members area so we can continue this discussion. I hope you guys found this. I hope it hit home for you, and I hope it haunts you for the rest of your lives. And I hope it causes you to change for the better. I'm tired of all these self-righteous, entitled, superior, God-complexed INJs. I'm just tired of it. Let's have a better world for us ENPs, okay? We're here. We're right here for you, and we're not going to let go of you. But please take it further. So, anyway, folks, with all that being said, I'll see you guys tonight.